What bracket do you fall under when it comes to music streaming platforms? Do you use Apple Music because you're an iPhone user? Do you use Deezer because you can't get Spotify here in Nigeria due to its restrictions? Or you think that Apple Music isn't on Android? Do you use Spotify because it's the best thing out there? Or do you use YouTube Music because they're pushing the platform right now and you just want to try something different? Well, my name is Coinsola, or you can call me KJOS. Not KJOS, KJOS. I just have to correct that. We're on a 14-day lockdown here in Lagos, Nigeria due to the coronavirus. And today we'll be ranking these 4 streaming platforms according to design, features, and price. At the end of the video, I'll be giving out my recommendations for what I think you guys should be using. So let's get this party started.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Oh yeah, one more thing, just before we get into it, I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and it'd be great if you guys can help me reach that milestone in good time. So please subscribe and hit the bell so you can get notifications on when I drop a video every week. So now that's out of the way, let's get into it finally. Let's start with arguably the most popular streaming service, Apple Music. Created to rival Spotify, Apple Music has a catalog of 60 million songs and claims to upload 40,000 songs per day. That's a whole lot of music if you ask me, but as popular as they are, the design or user interface is something they've had issues with since its inception. Personally, I always preferred iOS 9's version of Apple Music. I don't know if you guys remember that, but this version is confusing and a bit clunky. Now, to take the average user a few days to get used to it, and it's a far cry from the Apple iOS design philosophy. Now, dark mode makes everything a bit better, but hopefully there's going to be a redesign with iOS 14. Now, Spotify's biggest strength is the fact that it's very simple to use. Now look at it this way. Look at it as the version between the first iPhone and the first Android device. Most people found the iPhones very simple to use, and most people found Android devices very, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot. Now, using dark mode before it became popular, Spotify opted for a more visual and image-led display with emphasis on icons and images to engage the user. The home section has so much content that the user keeps scrolling on what they want to hear from. They have Made From You, your heavy rotation, and your playlist, and many more. They've also built the app in such a way that you have less of a headache when trying to navigate through the menus and sub-menus. Also, it allows the user to swipe through songs as opposed to clicking to the next one, which is so much easier, so that makes it great. A great alternative to Spotify, Deezer has been going on strong since 2007. Now, they boast about 56 million songs on their platform. Its design is simple to that of Spotify. The thumbnails are not as big, but it's a flexible design that has just 3 bars. The music, the favorites, and the search bar. It's easy to navigate and allows users to swipe when they want to skip songs, so I give them good points for that. Ah yes, YouTube Music, the newborn baby of the streaming bunch. That's what most people think. But what most people don't know is that YouTube Music and Apple Music actually launched in the same year of 2015. But while Apple Music got the ball rolling, YouTube Music had a few false starts. But finally, it looks like they have gotten it right this time. They have opted for a sleek but simple design that is dark themed and is very functional. It boasts 3 tabs, which is the Home tab, the Hot List tab, and the Library tab. Houses both audio and video content. YouTube Music has found a way to integrate both without being overbearing and a bit choked up. It's very obvious that a lot of these streaming platforms have worked hard in their design. But for this round, I have to give it to Spotify because they created the blueprint for what other streaming platforms are following. So you look at YouTube, you look at Deezer, they looked at what their competition is doing and just implementing that to their customers, which is great for us. If you think contrary to what I just said, comment below and let me know. If you think that other platforms have better UI or better interfaces, please let me know so we can actually have a conversation. Moving on to the next round, I realized that some people don't really care much for design and user interfaces. They care more about the features and what the app can do for them. In marketing terms, they call it USP, which is called unique selling point. And with that, Apple Music actually has a few up the sleeve. For one, Apple Music has Beats One Radio. Now, if you own music that doesn't cut it sometimes and you just want to listen to music news around the world, Apple Music allows you to do that by listening to Beats One Radio, which is a 24-hour live radio show hosted by Ibro Darding, Zane Lowe, and Julia Adenuga, just to mention a few. It isn't necessarily a feature, but Apple is known for being very selfish when it comes to their products or services. Now, they don't like to share. It's why you can't really use an Apple Watch unless you have an Apple device. But with Apple Music, it's everywhere. You can get it on an Android phone that has Android 3 and upwards. You can get it on Windows operating system, Amazon Echo, BlackBerry. Okay, maybe not a BlackBerry, but it's cross-platform, but that's great. Now, the biggest feature Spotify has over every streaming platform is the fact that you can control your music from any device. So for example, you're at a party and your laptop is where the music is coming from, and your playlist is about to finish, or you don't like the song being played, and you don't also want to go back and forth changing songs from your phone to your laptop. If you have Spotify on your phone, you can change the music from your phone right there. It's so seamless and it's so beautiful and has come in handy for me so many times that I can't even count. I really wonder why nobody has actually adopted this yet. And number two, Spotify is free. Spotify allows free subscriptions to everybody before paying. Now, this is a great way to get into the platform before paying, but the downside is that your ads will come very, very, very frequently. And you can only skip 5 or 6 songs every hour. But on your laptop, the limitations are really very, very little, as the ads only come up once or twice when you're playing music, and you can rewind, you can change songs as much as you want. Now, Deezer's features are more music-centric than everybody else's. Deezer has a feature called Flow. Flow essentially takes up all the songs you love, songs you've been playing, and their recommendations, and mashes it up all together to give you one endless stream of music, which is really, really great. They even took it further by adding a mix inspired by this track option. So for example, if you're playing trap music or R&B music, it gives you an option to have music from that genre to keep playing over and over again, which in my opinion is really, really great. Now, number two, this feature is for people that are big on lyrics. Now, I know that Apple Music has a feature for lyrics, but Deezer takes it a bit further by making it a karaoke-like experience. And if you want to post lyrics on social media, Deezer also helps with that by adding an Instagram or Snapchat share button. Choose what part of the lyrics you want and boom, you're good to go. Number three, just like Spotify, they have a free option that has ads and lets you skip or doesn't let you skip after 5 to 6 songs. For YouTube Music, the most obvious feature, and it's something that we've talked about once in our lifetime, why can't I leave the YouTube app and the song continues? Well, it actually applies to YouTube Music too. You can do that now if you're a premium YouTube Music user. Number two, I started testing out YouTube Music roughly a month ago, and the feature that stood out for me the most is the video and audio toggle. So you're listening to a song and you want to see the video of that song. If you press the video button, it switches to set video and the song continues. It doesn't restart, it continues in a very seamless manner. I found that really, really nice. And YouTube boasts a big library. One nifty feature is the fact that you can listen to unreleased songs and mixtapes. Songs you can't find on Apple Music or Spotify that you have to go to SoundCloud or YouTube.com to play the video. You can also have that on your music app. Best part, you can play the video as audio so you don't have to waste data. So ranking these platforms based on their features. Now this was a close one because I like both of them, but I have to give it to Spotify. For one, for the fact that I can be downstairs and my laptop is playing music upstairs and I can change music from my phone wherever I am. That's a convenience nobody has given me yet. So Spotify takes the cake for this one. A close second has to be YouTube Music because of the fact that I can listen to unreleased songs and mixtapes. So number one, Spotify. Close second, YouTube Music. Personally, pricing is the most important factor because people want to spend money on things that will give them value. Now, here in Nigeria, price points are different for each streaming platform. So let's take Spotify for example. A lot of people frown upon Spotify here because Spotify isn't actually here in Nigeria, officially anyway. So to get Spotify, you have to take a few steps, which is really long. So first step you have to take is you have to take a VPN and change its location to where Spotify is available. So America, England, and so on. If you actually do that, then you now actually have to get a foreign card to actually pay, or you can get a virtual card. Now, if you're like me that you did all these steps, Spotify is $9.99 for the normal individual plan, $14.99 for the family plan, and if you're a student in America or wherever, it's $4.99. Now, would you really want to spend all your money or spend all that time trying to get Spotify? Most people won't, but personally, I think it's a great one to do. Now for Apple Music, Apple has made it a bit more easier for people to access their platform around the world. So here in Nigeria, Apple Music is 900 Naira for the individual plan and 1,400 Naira for the family plan. Now, everybody can actually have Apple Music, which is great on them for making things easier for people that are not in Europe or North America. Deezer also lets Nigerians pay in Naira, but they're a bit more pricey. Deezer is 1,800 Naira for the individual plan and 2,700 Naira for the family plan. Quite more expensive. YouTube Music also follows the same path as Apple Music in terms of pricing and making things available. Now for YouTube Music is 900 Naira for the individual plan and 1,400 Naira for the family plan. Now, ranking all these platforms all together, you have to look at various factors. You have to look at the design, you look at the value for money, you look at what each individual app will give you. And when you think about all these things that each app can give you, I have to give it to YouTube Music. And the fact that they have a bigger catalog than Apple Music. You can listen to unreleased mixtapes. You can listen to unreleased songs that people are not releasing officially. So YouTube Music takes the cake for me in terms of pricing. In terms of playlists and algorithms, there's not one definite way to determine who has a better algorithm. For one, Spotify gives me really great playlists. Apple Music gives me human-created playlists. I would say this though, YouTube Music, I had a friend that worked at Google, or works at Google rather, and he was telling me about it. And I really did not really believe him because I thought it was just blowing YouTube's horn. Then I used it for the first day and I was speechless. Like, I played a FIFA 20 song, for example, and the next songs that came after were all from FIFA 20, FIFA 19, and the rest. I played a song from Lil Wayne, and it gave me songs that I hadn't heard in a while, which is so great. I think YouTube has accumulated so much, or Google has accumulated so much data from our search history on YouTube, our search history on SoundCloud, and so many other things, because I mean, we use Google Chrome, right? They've accumulated so much data and they've put it all in one ball or one box and said, take, right? And YouTube Music does that for me. YouTube Music actually blew my mind when it came to algorithms. So I recommend people to actually try and see for themselves. If you don't believe me, you can check it yourself and actually let me know in the comments. If you've used YouTube Music, what do you think about the algorithm? What do you think about the playlist? Let me know, comment below and let me know. With all these things being said, it's really hard to recommend a particular service to you guys because one obviously does one better than the other and vice versa. But when you look at the value for money you're going to get, when you look at the design, when you look at the catalog and whatnot, I have to give it to YouTube Music. It's 900 Naira for the individual plan, it's 1,400 Naira for the family plan, and you can listen to unreleased songs and mixtapes. That is so big, that is so huge. I would assess Spotify because I use it every day and I think it's a great app, but it has so many restrictions that it's hard to get as opposed to YouTube Music and Apple Music. And it's also very, very expensive. It's more expensive than all the other streaming platforms I mentioned. So yeah. Before we end this, let's do a little bonus round. Let's do Boomplay. Boomplay is a Nigerian streaming service that was created in 2015 by Transnet, a company that houses Techno Mobile and others. It rocks a dark theme in terms of design, but it suffers from stuffing its home screen with lots of content without space in it or making it design or user-friendly. On iOS and Android, the app differs in terms of design also. iOS has the menus right at the bottom, while on Android, the menu is at the top and enables the swiping gesture to move left to right. I guess they also haven't integrated the app for the Pixel 3's notch because the notch slightly covers the menu button on menu toggle, as you can see. I wonder why the Boomplay app doesn't have one unified design. Hopefully that changes in coming months. They allow a monthly subscription of $2 every month after a free trial, and if you're into Nigerian content, you should really check out Boomplay. Well, there we have it. What music streaming services do you use, or what features do you think I missed in terms of all the streaming services I mentioned? Comment below and let me know. And if you like this video, clicking the like button will help me go a long way. And if you haven't subscribed, now is the best time to do so, as I release videos like this every week. And the first time to see them is through a subscription. Thank you guys for watching. My name is KJOS, and I'll catch you guys on the next one where we talk all things tech.